Good morning. Good morning, my loves. I hope y'all are good and are having a good day. I don't have my dinner with me today because I was not planning on recording. I honestly was not planning on recording today. So our phone is going to be a little bit shaky. Good morning, good day, and good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Okay, so what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you're new here, please just know a few things. I make long videos that will never change. I don't know what the point is, and I don't even know where to buy it. And I've made it this far without getting to the point, and so I don't see the point of getting to the point. We're on a journey with me and my followers. It's taking us somewhere, and if this journey doesn't align with you, no one is forcing you to join us. You can exit and not be a part of the journey with us. If you do decide to stay, please know a few things. My name is Maputi. Do not Google me, do not Togoza me, do not Mukulu me. Just use the government name that was given to me by my ancestors and my parents and my angels. And then also, let's see. Also, if you are new here and you're interested in a consultation, if you're new here, please go through my videos. Many of you are just asking questions about things that I've already talked about, even in comment sections. Some of you are just asking commenting about things that I've already talked about and I made a whole video about. All right, get yourself acquainted with me. Get yourself acquainted with me and my lessons and my teaching. This page is for people who are ready to learn, not people who are just looking for entertainment. If you are interested in a consultation with me, you can inbox me on TikTok. You can email me. The link is found on TikTok. It's also written on YouTube. You can also go on my website, message me directly from the website. If you message me directly from the website, do write your email and do check your spam folders because I do respond. Before you even think of booking a consultation, go through the pinned videos and on TikTok and many of my videos and get yourself acquainted with them. Alrighty. So I was watching, as I said, this page is for people who are ready to learn, right? This is the millennium of the aftermath. Ooh, our friend is back. Haven't seen him in a while. Those who don't skip the intros know who I'm talking about. Those who are new here will figure it out. Okay, so I was watching the Soul Cycle video the other day. I watch my own videos, guys. I watch my own videos. I still go through my own videos to learn. And today I was watching the ancestor video. So the reason why I went back into the Soul Cycle video is because I thought that I missed certain things and I went into the ancestral video. And because I'm getting the thing that I'm probably doing a repetition, I'm repeating a whole lot of things currently. I'm not sure. I think I am. I think I'm doing a repetition, or I'm just, it sounds like a repetition to me, but maybe it's needed. But our Galaxy of the Keeper, the one who likes Dr. Dre, he's been around for some time because there's a cleansing that I needed to do. I think I even posted a video in my stories where there was a Remy Martin XO. When you see Remy Martin, you know who's there. And so, so he's been saying I needed to talk a little bit about the Hosana, right? There are many people who have talked about the Hosana angel, the Hosana spirit, the Hosana ancestors, right? Even if you do a bit of a TikTok search, YouTube search, Facebook search, you'll find a lot of articles written by healers about them, and they've done justice to it, right? This is a section of spirituality, just like Balozi. That is just like Dinakatsupe, the alchemist, that is still a little bit confusing to many people. Right. Now, in the Soul Cycle video, for those who have watched it, so you would need to have watched the Soul Cycle video. You would need to have watched the ancestral video. The cover is the ancestors on that video. It's written ancestors. And then you will need to watch the soul video, the different types of soul video, where I talk about the earth-based souls, the intergalactic souls, and all those other different souls, to understand this message, because I'm just building up on those. Okay, I've been mentioning a lot the soul cycle video in my previous videos, and in the soul cycle video, I talked about the 7 soul cycles, the perfecting the 7 soul cycles, right? There's a soul cycle, there's a cycle that you go through on this earth that you have to perfect until a certain age. And at different intervals of your age, you go through different cycles. This connects with the birthday cycles that talks about the different time frame and what you are working on and what's the ruling planet. Meaning, if you are on your sun cycle, this is what you will do. On the soul cycle, you will know at this age, to this age, you are dealing with Saturn. You are on your Saturn return, and when you're on a Saturn return, this is what you focus on, right? And within your Saturn return, this on your birthday cycle, this is how you connect them, right? As I said, this is a page for people who want to learn and grow spiritually. So those who want to learn and grow spiritually, by now you should have done your soul cycle. You should have done your birthday cycle and know exactly on what cycle you are in at this moment. One of my mentees, he's so good at it. He will tell me, even in his dream interpretations, he even puts in and say that I'm getting these dreams because I am on my moon cycles, and because I'm on my moon cycle, this is what I'm dealing with, and the dreams are alluding to this. I'm finishing my moon cycle, I'm starting my this cycle, and because of that, I need to finish up this and this and this. He's very good at it. Right? And he's also been talking a lot about his soul cycle. Right? Now, when you get to a particular age, you get to a point where if you do it well, you get to a point where you finish your childhood cycle, childhood soul cycle, and the soul cycle, and then once you pass it, you get to a point where you've passed your soul cycle. In incarnation, we go through multiple incarnations, reincarnations, right? Some people believe in reincarnation, some don't, but we go through multiple reincarnations. And one of the main purposes of going through multiple reincarnations is that as a higher being, you need to be on earth here and perfect your soul cycles. And you need to perfect the 7 soul cycles, right? The other video that you would watch with these will be the pilgrimage, the test of the pilgrimage video. You need to perfect your different soul cycles. And when you are perfecting your 6 and 7 soul cycle, you get assistance from the higher realms, right? I talked about this in the ancestors to say that when you're at your 6 and 7 soul cycle, you then start to get ascended masters that come and help you. And then you then start to get assistance from the higher realm. Now, let's focus on the 7th soul cycle. The 7th soul cycle, it is the one that it is the millennium of the aftermath. It's the millennium of the aftermath, right? As Dr. Dre said, it is the one, there's nothing after that, right? So that's it. You need to perfect it. You need to get it right. And that's when you get the most assistance. And people who are on their 7th soul cycle, sometimes how you know that you're on your 7th soul cycle, it is that you start to work mainly with soul ancestors, but it doesn't mean that those who work with soul ancestors are all on their last soul cycles, no. But you start to work a lot with ascended masters. You also start to work a lot with archangels. And then you also start to work a lot with the higher beings, the cherubims and the seraphims, right? Which could appear as dragons, which could appear as lions. You also start to work a lot with the dragons of the water, umnikazi wasemanzini, the owner of the water, Moameti, right? Because you are about to activate the Hosana angel. And people who work with the Hosana angel, or when you start to activate your Hosana, you cannot activate your Hosana without being on your last soul cycle. Yeah. You cannot activate the Hosana spirit, the Hosana angel, without being on your last soul cycle. That's when they come in. Your dragon cannot wake up if you are not on your last soul cycle. So when your dragon starts to wake up and introduce itself to you in the spiritual realm, before it wakes up physically, it means you're on your last soul cycle. So maybe this video is about how do you know that you're on your last soul cycle, right? That will include you getting acquainted with your dragons. So people also on the 6th soul cycle get acquainted with their dragons. People on the 7th soul cycle, it's a little bit different. Your dragon starts to tell you its name, or it starts to call you by name. It starts to talk. Many people just have dreams where they are riding dragons, and that's it. Some of those dreams are past life dreams, right? Where you see yourself riding a dragon, playing with the dragon. That could be a dream that's alluding to a past life when you used to live with your dragon, meaning that could be a dream alluding to Lemuria or Atlantis, right? Now, when your dragon starts to wake up in this lifetime, consciously wake up, it also starts to use your sacred name, the name that you are known by in the heavenly realms. And that's when you are introduced to that name. Now, this name doesn't mean that it has nothing to do with the name that you are given when you initiate, right? Some people are given names when they initiate, and we now start calling them Gogo so-and-so, Gogo Mukulu so-and-so, right? They change names. There's some people who are not of the African traditional thing. They are given certain names, either they're given certain names, or they're told to change their name. This name is sacred that you cannot put on an ID, and you cannot put out there on the system. You cannot even call yourself by this name on social media. Your dragon will then start to call you by that name. Now, only people who are highly evolved will get to this point, because when they're highly evolved, one thing that they will not do is then go around and tell people their sacred name, right? That's how you know you're on your 7th soul cycle. Your dragon starts to call you by name, and it starts to give you instructions and clear insights about the journey moving forward in this life and things that you need to do to finish up your mission, right? And also, you start to get acquainted with the Hosana angels, with the Hosana spirits, with the Hosana archangels, right? And how they appear. They will always appear to you dressed in all black. They will always appear to you dressed in all black. But one thing about the Hosanas is that, right, they are connected to, the Hosana spirit is a higher ranking spirit, a higher ranking ancestor, a higher ranking angel, right? Depending on how they depict themselves. They appear in black because they represent pure energy. Everything which is pure energy is always depicted in black. They represent pure energy that has not been diluted by anything. In the Bible, we read that in the beginning was the word, no, in the beginning, the earth was void, and it was black, and it was void, and nothing was on the earth. And the gods came and separated the feminine of on the end of the earth, and they created the two separate realms. They separated the waters, and from the upper water and the lower water, right? Those are hosanas. Those are the hosanas. The hosanas are the ones that come with creation. And the first bell of creation includes the feminine of water being separated. If the femininities of water, if the feminines of the heavens and of the earth are separated by the Hosana, it then means that they can control the water, the air, the spirits. They can control all the 5 elements of humanity, of the earth. Right? It means that if we go back to the dragon videos, the dragon mothers videos, it means that they were part of the dragon mothers. They were part of the creation process, right? Some appear as men, some appear as women, the Hosana, right? It means that they play an integral part in creation, hence that's why they appear in black. One thing you need to know about the Hosana is that before they appear to you as your angel, they will appear to you as your testers. They are the ones that will test you the most, but yet protect you. And I talked about it in a recent video, right? They will come and bring you the hardest test. And those tests are your initiation into the Hosana order. Those are your tests. It's like initiation rituals. They will take you through an initiation ritual. And the initiation ritual will include tests that will make you think that you're about to lose your life, because they do handle the power of creation and destruction. So meaning that they can kill you if they choose to not. They even sometimes appear as ancestors who can threaten to kill you, to say that if you don't do what we tell you, I'm going to kill you. And they mean it because they have authority to protect your life or to take your life. When you get to this level, there's no playing around. They don't play around. They don't have time for your emotions. They don't have time for your limiting beliefs. They don't have time for games. And they are very strict. They are the most strict angels you will ever encounter in your spiritual journey. And when they say, they don't say it twice. And they will bring you the hardest test. And if you pass all those tests, then they start coming with your mission. And part of your mission, you can never initiate the Hosana. They initiate you. And they initiate you through the trials and the tribulations that they bring into your life. And once you've passed every single test that they've sent your way, even some of the tests will include near-death experiences, then they start to reveal themselves fully to you. So you will be sitting, and this person in black keeps on giving you sleep paralysis and keeps on tormenting you and keeps on making your life a living hell. And you're going through this period where this person in black can just control your body. And they seem, even sometimes they come into your dreams and they are the ones that are taking you. And you're asking yourself, why is this person in black after me? And then the very same person in black comes and now starts giving you instructions about your spirituality. And now this is where many people confused and say, no, that Satan is trying to deceive me. They do, the Hosana spirits sometimes do have an element of Satan. And I say that because they hold pure energy, and with them, there's no good or bad. And with them, they can kill, and even to protect you, they can kill. Their methods are not conventional. So sometimes some of the stuff that they will ask you to do are very unconventional, and it will look like you are literally dabbling into witchcraft. But at that time, you're not. Well, you could be, but you're not, right? And so they're very powerful beings. As I said, you cannot initiate them. They usually come in representing the element of rain. Hosana, it's still raining, right? We say Hosana, but it's actually Hosana. It's still raining. I think they have a different name for them in other cultures as to how they call them, right? They connect deeply with the rain queen, rain ceremony, because they are the ones that created the feminine of rain. They are powerful workers of lightning, hence that's why they are the alchemists. They work with all the 4 elements of the earth. They can work with lightning, they can work with fire, they can work with air, they can work with water, they can work with earth. They are the avatars. They are the ultimate avatars. And hence that's why they depict themselves as the ultimate power of creation. They are the gods and the goddesses of destructions that purifies. The goddess Kalis, the goddess Ganga, the Shakmet. They are the ones that come and destroy everything, yet to purify the earth. And their destruction is also filled with love. They are the ultimate energy of love. It's amazing. The ultimate, the most intense love energy I've ever felt in my entire life. I'm even getting a little bit emotional now. That I've ever felt in my entire life has always been from the Hosana angels. Right? Now, also, there comes a point in your spirituality when you have initiated them, or when you are during your initiation, that you need to take certain cleansings. That you will be required to take certain cleansings. And sometimes when the time for the cleansings required, you will start to dream of a lot of black. And then you'll start to see black water. You will start to see yourself bathing in black water or in a black bath, right? I recently created the Hosana cleansing that included a black bath, which I didn't have. It recently came because I had just finished my own initiation. I cannot do things for people that I've not done for myself. So it's only when I finish certain level that I'm able to do certain things for other people, right? And this cleansing includes 3 cleansings that a person needs to go through. And each one of them holds its own purpose, right? People who come for cleansings with me hardly are prescribed this cleansing. Only a few have been prescribed this cleansing. And so you will then start to dream of yourself taking a black bath. And usually after the black bath, you will then have, sometimes you will be given clear instructions as to how to create that black bath. But there's always a bath before the black. There's always a cleansing before the black that opens up the black bath. And then afterwards, you might see yourself in an ocean. You will need to take an ocean cleansing. The thing about the Hosanas is that you do not purify them in white sand beaches, in brown sand beaches. You have to go to a black sand ocean to do their ocean cleansing. So people who have Hosanas and you were told to go to an ocean cleansing, just know that it needs to be black sand ocean. Some people have went to white sand oceans, brown sand oceans, and tried to do cleansing for the Hosana, and they came back, but the dreams are still coming. as if like they never did anything, right? To the healers who sometimes watch my videos and you are wondering, but I've been doing this Hosana thing and I've been doing it, and what am I missing? You're missing the black sand beach, right? That's a key. Those who know it know. Those who are ready and this messages will know what I'm talking about, or will get your answers. Right. So just like any other ancestor, any other angel, any other thing, before you work with certain levels of ancestry, there's a cleansing process that you need to go through. There's an initiation that you need to go through. There's a cleansing process that you need to go through. Right? So sometimes when people do my cleansings, and there's a particular white cleansings, the one that I say it tells Samangeloi, that's the one that brings down the angels. And someone will then start to dream. After that cleansing, they will start to see the Hosana, meaning that the angel that descended was the Hosana. So meaning that they will then have to do the other cleansings, right? So now you do the cleansing not to purify the Hosanas. They don't need purification, right? But you do the cleansings for yourself, to purify yourself, to be able to work in their level. And there are specific ingredients that they require for you to be able to work in their level, to be able to vibrate at the same level as them, in order for you to be able to access your dragon. Once you pass this age, once you pass the stage of the full Hosana cleansing and purifications and ascending, then your dragon is ready to fully wake up and to come do the work. And your dragon is ready to materialize itself on earth. It's ready to materialize itself on earth. It will materialize itself on earth in different forms that I cannot share right now. With time, when we are all ready for it, it will be shared in one lesson, right? It will materialize itself, meaning that you are now ready to work with the dragon lines, meaning now you are ready to work with the fairy lines. It means now you're now ready to see the 5D. The Hosana angels operate on a 5D level. They do not operate on a 3D or 4D level. And the reason why you need to raise your vibration through certain specific cleansings with certain specific ingredients, it is because you need to align with the 5D energy in order to work with them. So many of you are going into a period where you've read about the Hosana. Some of you have been dreaming about the black clouds making rain, and rain queens, fire manipulations, dancing around the fires. You saw people dressed in black coming to you, talking to you, angels dressed in black. You've been tormented by a man dressed in black, a woman dressed in black. You've had ancestors prescribe black clothing to you, right? Many of you have been through that, but yet you've not yet had the proper cleansings done. They were just introducing themselves, and many of you are now ready. A lot more people are now ready to start doing the cleansings, because they've passed their initiation. And many of you are now are ready to actually start to work deeply with your Hosana. Also, the work that you will do with your Hosana is different for every single person. It's not going to be the same. The work I do with my dragon is not going to be the same work that you do with your dragon. The work that I do with the Hosana angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, is not going to be the same that you do, because our angels are also not the same, and they don't have the same mission, right? So each one of you will be given your own personal assignment as to what work you need to be doing with those. It will come to you personally. It is not something that will come in a consultation. In this level of initiation, things don't get revealed in consultations. A few, maybe here, hints will, But in this level of initiation, things are told to you directly. If you work with the Hosana, you should be able to be communicating with ancestors by now. You should be able to be getting clear and direct messages. If you are not, and you are still confused, then I don't know, you are just too ignorant, or you are just not putting enough effort in listening to your intuition. One thing about the Hosana angels also, they hardly talk in dreams. They love intuition. They will talk to you using your intuition. And it's even funny, I was having a discussion with one of my mentees yesterday, and he was telling me and giving me a breakdown of a day where he was told, no, buy this, don't buy this, you do that, and he's preparing for his Hosana thing. And it was just like a whole day of communication, but the way the communication appeared, someone would be like, no, but then how did you know that that's what it means? But that's the thing. If you're on the Hosana level, you should exactly know what they're telling you. And you should be able to decipher the messages so clearly. Right? Anywho, so many of you are ready. Some of you, the ingredients of your cleansings will be given to you directly. If you are now starting to see yourself bathing in black water, it's not witchcraft, guys. It's not a state. Not every single thing is a state. Not everything single thing is witchcraft. That's why I say that some of the things that the Hosana angels, the higher beings of creation, of pure energy, some of the things that they will require or show you to do are just borderline witchcraft. They would look like witchcraft, but they're not. Because the thing about it is that witchcraft was it's witchcraft is being able to manipulate the weathers. It's being able to manipulate the elements of the earth. It's being able to manipulate, control, not manipulate. It's being able to control creation, meaning that you can create anything from anything. It is being able to create, to control water, control fire, control air, control earth. It is being able to airbend. It is being able to travel in the astral. Right? It is being able to use pure energy. How you determine the pure energies used is determined by your heart. And people with evil hearts who have come to a point where they can use that energy, use it for bad, to destroy other people's lives and to torment other people's lives. And hence that's why we've titled it witchcraft. But the reality is that the healer and the one who we call a witch both have the same energy. Both use the same energy. It is just in their hearts that determine how that energy manifests in other people's life. Because that same energy that the healer uses to bless your life and to create blessings in your life is the same energy that another healer can use to destroy your life. Right? So when you get to that level, you work with pure energy. And some of the stuff that you will see yourself doing in your subconscious programming that the earth and religion has programmed you to believe, it will look like it's witchcraft, but it's not. Right? So you will be required to do stuff. So you will be required to see yourself bathing in black water, drinking black water, right? Going to a mountain and doing a specific ritual. And that's where many of you get scared, because the thing, as I said in the beginning of this video, the Hosana element of spirituality is the most confusing, and is the most secretive, and is the most hard to understand. Even the angels in that realm are very hard to understand. And this is why back in the days when people had the Hosana angels, this is where the Gereke ya Sephiri, the secret societies, because Gereke ya Sephiri is a secret society. This is where the secret societies were formed. And the secret societies were formed to initiate the Hosana angels. the Hosana goddesses, the Hosana gods, the Hosana higher beings. It is in those secret societies where pure energy was used. But as I told you in the secret society video, that some people then replicated the secret societies to make them now start to be societies of evil, where the intentions were evil. Okay? So even Kereke ya Sephiri in the beginning, it was a pure church that was used for pure energy and higher initiation. And after some time, it also crumbled into, and that's why many of you have the element of Gregia Superior, where your ancestors show you Gregia Superior, because some of the work that you need done cannot be done by a normal human, by a normal church. They need to be done by a church that borderlines secret society. And that's why some of you are sent to Gregia Superior. Right? I've never been to Gregia Superior, so I don't know much about it. But all I know is that I have ancestors who used to go to that church, and they gave me a bit of information about it. All my cleansings, from the first cleansing to the last cleansing, are all Gregia Spirit cleansing. And I've never been there. But they are borderline there. They are similar there. Apparently, that's what I'm told. Right? But not all of them. Some of them do not connect with anything that has been done on earth. They were purely given by the angels. Okay? Okay. So yes. In order for us to move into the golden age, we need to access pure creation. And you as a melanin person can access pure creation. Can access pure creation through your DNA, your melanin DNA, through your neuromelanin, through the copper in your body, through you being a powerful battery charge, a human walking battery, an electric generator yourself. And through that, many of you, when you get to that level, you must also just know, when you start dabbling in those things, you must just know that you are ready. You are ready to access the pure power of creation. But there's the thing, creation is not white, creation is not blue, creation is not red, but creation is black. And at sometimes your mission will be told to be destroying certain things. And in order to create the new. The old world has to die in order for the new one to be birthed. Right? Sometimes some of you, as part of your initiation in the Hosana, in the higher realms, in the power of creation, is that your old life has to die and change and transform completely. And some of you have to sever all connections, even with family members, in order to start working with the higher Hosana. It's actually one of the requirements. One of the requirements to actually work with the Hosana spirit is that you will have to sever all bloodline relationships. It's not an easy initiation. It's not, that's why I say they will come and give you the hardest tests. You will literally be cutting people off out of your life, and they will isolate you and leave you by yourself. And that's when they will now come and say, you are ready. We are ready to work. Right? It's not an easy journey. You will literally be alone, living alone. And you will literally not even connect with any of your family. You will even cut all of them out. Because once you get here, it's no longer about bloodline family. It's no longer about that. Once you get here, it's about your soul and your soul mission. And your soul mission is an individual mission. It has nothing to do with people that birthed you. And it's not an easy mission. Right? So it's nice to say, I have Hosana. People say, I have Hosana spirits. Oh, I keep dreaming of black. Yeah, you do not know what's coming your way. You will be the one crying in the comment and say, my life, these people are destroying my life. Why are they so hard to initiate? That's how they are meant to be. They are meant to be hard to initiate. They're not meant to be easy, because there's pure creation. Once you get to that point, you cannot have an evil heart. And the first point that they will start with is that heart of yours. They will turn it upside down to a point where you exude love for all humanity, and you cannot even imagine to do something evil to another person. Because when you do get to the point where you handle pure creation, you cannot use it to destroy. Because right now where we are going, you cannot use it to harm another person. But right now where we are going, when you do use it for destruction, you will use it for destruction, for purification, like God is calling. But you will also use it for creation as well. To create new worlds, to create new realities for other people. All right, my love. I think there's more to be said by this, but we'll title it part one. We'll title it part one because I think the angels want me to say more about this, but let's do this as an introduction. Let's do this as an introduction to the Hosana. I have a feeling there's more that's going to be said about this, or they will allow me to give more information, because this is all they said I must talk about. They gave me 2 points that they wanted me to talk about. And now that I've covered the points, I keep getting a feeling that no, we are done. And I think I might come back to again. I think they're just introducing it to observe the energy and how ready many people are. And with that, they might come back with higher teachings and insights on it. But yeah, that is how you know you're on your 7th soul cycle, and how you know that you are exiting it. You're ready to exit it. And it's not easy. It's not easy. Those who are looking for easy solutions, straightforward things, the point, those who are looking for the point will be stuck here, waiting for that point, looking for that point. Here there's nothing. Hence I said that a light appears when you walk, because it's pure dark energy. Nothing. You don't see anything. And that's the thing. Pure dark energy is the energy of creation. Hence why melanin people are the original. And yet that's why it's one of the most hated energy. And yet that's why melanin people are one of the most hated people. Okay, I'm told to stop. All right, my lovies, I will come back. I might take a few days before I come back, or I might not. The beings who are around have a lot to say, but I cannot say everything they want to say at once. So we have to streamline them, come here, back here, come here, back here. But they have a lot to say. Oh my God, the list of things that I need to make videos about keeps on increasing every single day. I thought by now I would have run out of topics. By now I should have run out of topics to talk about. But miraculously, because this is not my page, miraculously we always have something to talk about. Even if it's a little bit of a repetition, but we still have something to talk about. All right, my loves, I love you guys, and I hope you guys are having a good day. Let me start my consultation. And I wish you guys the best, and I hope you find alignment on this path. Toodles.